You believed in it enough to tell people about it. That is where the real pain lives, not in the failure itself, in the telling. The moment you were hopeful enough and brave enough to say out loud, "This is what I am building. This is where I am going. This is who I am going to be." And then it did not happen. And every person you told knows it did not happen. And now you have to carry that. Maybe it was a relationship, the one you were certain about, the one you introduced to your family and talked about constantly and posted about because you were so sure this was it. And then it was not. Maybe it was a career. The promotion you mentioned at dinner before it was official, the job you applied for and told your friends about because you could already picture yourself there, and the call never came. Maybe it was a dream, the school you were convinced you were getting into, the business you researched and built a page for and asked people to follow, the 5-year plan you mapped out carefully that quietly fell apart in the first couple of months. Maybe it was the version of your life you had drawn up in your head, career by this age, relationship by that one, house by this one, and life just did not cooperate. Whatever it was, you believed in it enough to say it out loud. And now you are living in the silence after it did not work out. And that silence has a specific kind of weight to it. Proverbs 13 verse 12 says something that stopped me when I first read it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Not hope lost. Hope deferred. Hope that was real. Hope that you worked for and believed in. And then it did not come. That sickness is real. It is not weakness. It is not a lack of faith. It is what happens to a human heart that hoped hard enough to hurt. And God named it. He did not call it embarrassing. He called it what it is, a heart that cared enough to grieve. I know this feeling from the inside of it. I started 2 businesses, put real work into both of them, did the research, built the pages, told my family, told my friends, posted about it and asked people to follow along because I was so certain this was the direction I was supposed to go, and neither one went anywhere. The doors closed, and every person who watched me walk toward those doors also watched them close. But here is the part I have to be honest about. I did not bring those businesses to God first. I researched them online. I followed advice from Google. I looked for a need in the market and tried to fill it, and I believed in them hard enough to announce them to everyone I knew. But I never really sat down and asked God if this was where He was pointing me. And I wonder sometimes if I had started that conversation with Him first, whether He would have redirected me before I even got started. Or maybe He let me walk down those roads knowing the closed doors at the end of them were the very things that would finally turn me toward what He actually had planned. Because where I ended up is here, building this channel, trying to help people find their way back to God through the honest mess of real life. Not as a minister, not as a theologian, just as someone who has lived enough pain to know that God meets people inside it. And I would not be here if those doors had stayed open. Maybe your version looks different than mine, but I want to talk about something that sits alongside the grief that nobody really names. You start to look around, and everyone else seems to have their doors flung wide open. Their relationships are working, their careers are moving, their plans are landing, their dreams are coming true. And you are over here watching it happen while your doors keep closing. And something stirs inside you that you do not want to name. It is not hatred. It is not bitterness exactly, but it is close enough to envy that it scares you. And then you feel shame about feeling it, on top of everything else you are already carrying. Psalm 37 verse 7 names that without judgment. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way. God knew we would see other people's open doors and feel the weight of our own closed ones. He did not call that sin. He called it something to rest through. Rest in the Lord, not perform your contentment, not pretend the envy is not there. Rest. Bring the whole tangled mess of grief and shame and envy to Him and rest while He works out what you cannot see yet. Here is the question that sat with me the longest. Did I hear God wrong? Because if he was leading me somewhere and it did not work out, then either I misread the direction or he changed his mind, and neither of those felt safe to sit with. Isaiah 30 verse 21 holds something I needed in that confusion. Your ears will hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it," whenever you turn to the right hand and whenever you turn to the left. Whenever you turn, right or left, he is still speaking, he is still directing. The closed door was not the end of the guidance, it was part of it. God does not stop speaking just because a path did not work out. He redirects. He says not that way, this way. And sometimes the closed door is the most important word he says to you, because it keeps you off a path that was never going to lead where you actually needed to go. Proverbs 19 verse 21 became something I hold on to. There are many plans in a man's heart, but the Lord's counsel will prevail. Many plans. Not one. Not just the wrong ones, many. Your plans were real. Your dreams were real. Your work was real. Your relationship felt real. Your 5-year plan felt airtight. But the Lord's counsel will prevail. Not override your plans with something worse. Prevail. Meaning what he has for you is greater than what you planned for yourself. Even when you cannot see it yet. Even when all you can see is a closed door and the faces of everyone who watched it close. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17 is almost impossible to receive in the middle of the pain. But I am going to say it anyway, for our light momentary affliction is working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. A far more exceeding weight of glory. That closed door, that failed dream, that relationship that ended, that plan that fell apart in the first couple of months, that public disappointment you are still quietly carrying. It is working for you, not against you. For you, God does not waste the doors he closes. He uses them to protect you, to redirect you, to build something in you that the open door never could have built. The mercy is hidden inside the closing, and it does not always reveal itself quickly, but it is there. It has always been there. So if you are standing in front of a door that will not open right now, or grieving one that closed before you were ready, or carrying the quiet shame of a dream you announced to the world that did not come to pass, this is what I want you to hear. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being redirected by a God who can see the whole road from where you are standing. And he closed that door because he knows what is on the other side of it. And he loves you too much to let you walk through it. Drop the word closed in the comments. We read every comment we can. We pray for every person we can. The door God closed is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of the one he always had planned for you. If you need somewhere to bring all of this today, the prayer is waiting for you right here on this channel. Hit that subscribe button and come on this journey with us. Sunday, we keep going. Come on this journey with us. We will be here. We see you. We are here for you. And before you go, stay right here. Screenshot what comes next. Write it down. It is yours to keep, your purpose card. For the days when the door feels permanently closed and you need something to hold on to.